Let's get ready to rumble! Hello everyone, welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. It's Krydex, and I forgot what we were doing. Setting up moon drops, that's right. We got all our moon drops. Wow, I don't know why I started the episode that way, I was just feeling it, you know? We do need another 24 moondrop facilities eventually, but we're already set up and ready to go for that, so literally all we need to do is create them. So that's super easy. And this is all ready to go. And then the methane moon... Oh, shoot. Forgot about the whole methane thing. Did I guess you really gotta go over to the side to click on the button. So the methane needs CO2, but other than that, it's the same recipe. Uh-oh. Well, no, I guess it's okay, because this is gonna be for the regular ones. But I'll have to put that underneath this whole set, and then we'll pipe the methane back up or something. Because we're gonna want to put methane on trains. So what we need to do then, because we've got the moondrop output going, so why don't we set up the... Okay, I know, sorry, my brain is not quite awake yet. Panic! What do I do? I'm gonna rename small side to weak side. Just because the words look too similar and my brain is like not seeing them as different. I wonder if short side would be any better. I could also just call it like left and right, you know, based on, I don't know, the stations facing north or something. Let's see. I'm not awake enough apparently for pyanodons. I apologize for this. Weak side. And okay, and then we're gonna do F provider for CO2. And then, well, no, sorry, the F provider is for methane. Methane, as some people call it, over the pond. And then, no, you guys don't concern yourself with the matters of rails. And then we want basic F quester. Wait, what? No. Requester, that's the provider extension, so we need the requester extension. Okay. We'll put the tank in with it, so we'll put that there. And it's gonna request carbon dioxide. Okay, and then the actual amount of carbon dioxide is going to be... excuse me again. Maybe there's gonna be a lot of yawning. This is a yawning episode. I want to make all y'all tired. Well, like, what's the actual rate of consumption that we're gonna have on a bunch of these moondrop buildings? I should probably look into that. If I'm making 40 methane a second, it is 100 CO2 a second. Wow. That's kind of a lot. Okay. So that means we want a tank of large-ish size, maybe a 75er. You know what we could do? We could set up a provide and request. Because we could fit, you know, a pump in or a pump out next to each of the pumps in. I guess it would go there. I just realized, is there any reason why we shouldn't do that? I mean, maybe certain times it would matter because of the channel, but usually we're just going to be on channel 1 with most provides and requests. And then the input pumps are they're enable disabled based on the request. So that would never pump into a train that's delivering. And a train that's delivering has a filtered pump out. Oh my gosh, I can do combo wombo. I mean, I think that would work, right? I don't know why I didn't think of this. We can just put all of it in one. I'm feeling like it's not a bad plan, but something's telling me it's a bad plan, and I'm not sure which one to listen to. Because basically we would do boom, boom, boom. And I know that it's gonna mess with the like underground pipe connections, right? There's only so many connections you can have. So this will need to be a bit longer. Of a situation. You know, like the this. But is there any reason why I shouldn't do this? Speak now or forever hold your peas and carrots. Sorry guys, but I'm really thinking this is a good idea. Oh no, it's not good when Krydax thinks he has a good idea. Things get dangerous. Why shouldn't I do this? I'm just inherently scared of mixing provide and request stations, but in this particular case, I really can't see why I shouldn't do it. Because the pumps in, they're only connected to an individual fluid, first of all, so like this will only see methane, or this will only see, you know, I don't know, methanol or whatever. And then we have the pumps literally enabled only when that parameter is on, which will only happen when a train comes to get that fluid. So we're never going to accidentally pump into a train that shouldn't be pumped into. And we're not going to pump the wrong thing into a train. Then we've got the output trains, which are all filtered on 3, 4, and 5. So those are only going to output an individual thing. The only thing we can't do is request the same thing we're providing, and that will not work. And it's pretty rare that I would be doing such a thing. Though there are blocks where I request the same fluid I provide. So I might just do this instead. The only downside is we're not utilizing like the spacing here is what I'm worried about. Because then if I want another one, it's like you got to go 1, 2, 1, 2. What's my normal gap for like these stations? The normal gap is 1, 2, maybe 3. 2 or 3 spacings is the normal gap. So for this, we would always need 1, 2, 3, 4. So it does require a bit more room. Do I care? I guess that's room to fit a couple tanks in if I really wanted to. I could put like 2 or 3 tanks in this area. I'm kind of relying on the tanks mostly being outside of the train area, though, for whatever reason. I mean, this seems more elegant than 2 stations, and fluid trains are almost instantaneous with loading, unloading, so... I think... Oh gosh, having a crisis. Here's what I think. I think what we can do is have the input, we can utilize more, you know, I can utilize that one. And then I could, if I switch these, it's a little ugly. I don't love that. But then I can do this, and then I can do this. So now we're really getting a lot denser. And then this one goes sideways. They're not lined up nicely though, which is kind of a huge bummer to me. Like, I really don't like that. Let's see how this ends up working out in terms of spacing though. So we've got boom, boom, boom. So then spacing wise, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, it actually works with 3. And if it was 1 tile bigger, it wouldn't. So that makes me like this version a little better because then it allows it to be a little more compact. Why do I care so much about compactness? Like, just accept that it's 1 tile bigger, Krydax. Well, 2 tiles bigger. Do I care about looks or compactness here? I think in this case, I actually care about looks. This looks so much uglier. No offense to this build, but I think it just looks so much worse. I would rather have the nicely organized situation that we had before. And I might even go as far as to just, you know, have all of them use the underground pipes like that. And let's see. How many spaces is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't have any extra room on top of that, but that's 4 spaces. This is just going to be your generic fluid. What do I call it? PR? Provide request. FPR. 0, 1, and 2 are the provides. Does that make sense to me? Do you provide before you request? No, you request before you provide. That is the circle. It's the circle of life. So this is going to be 3, 4, 5, and this is going to be 0, 1, 2. And the outputs are filtering. The outputters. Okay. We're gonna do that. Make a copy. I'm gonna keep the other ones for now, but we're just gonna call this fluid station extension. Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, that's it. Everybody's happy. And now this is built. So we're gonna unbuild it. What happened here? I don't know what that was, but we fixed it. And those are flowing correctly? Yeah. I always, the auto undergrounder builder is pretty good, but it's made some mistakes before, and I just want to make sure we're being careful with all that jazz. Alright, so we actually need to unbuild that one. And now we have our mega doodad, which is just this. And it's request before provide. So carbon dioxide is being requested before methane is being provided. And we hit go. And then those still have that filtered, which is good, so they'll be disabled by control behavior. And I could add more fluids in later if I want to. If I wanted to. Which I probably won't. But we could. And then the only thing we haven't done... I'm missing a power pole. Sorry. We're totally missing power for all this. I kind of want to just put power there, but I like being able to see them, so... I will do that. And then, as far as connections, I'll connect that one up. Okay. One more, save. I do this, this. Cool. All right, and then in this case, I just need a lot more moondrop facilities before we could ever consider methane. But we're gonna need methane, so why don't I go think about it? And then we're also wanting to do cotton guts on trains. Who knows if we'll get to that this episode. Why did I stop building moondrop facilities? Is it... What did they cost? That was annoying. Steam engines, small parts, pipes. We should be able to do all that. Maybe it was just the glass I was worried about for a minute, but we've got plenty of... Maybe I was just tired of handcrafting. Is it time to start designing the bot mall? That is the question. Ooh. The answer's not quite, but we're getting close. I think it will definitely be before 150 hours that we're gonna start on that. And that is going to be freaking exciting, let me tell you what. Alright, more glass. Now we're out of small parts and iron. Alright. Iron, or small parts. Okay, so that's another 25. We only needed 24, so that's already 1 for the methane. That's now 6 for the methane. Goodness. Craziness, I tell ya. Oh, I might have enough pipes. 6 for the methane. 7 for the dwarf lords. More iron. Okay, 6. 12 for methane. That's 14 for methane. That's 16 for methane. Perfect. That's enough for now. And did I need anything else? I don't think so. We're good on pipes. Yeah, okay. And I was building this where? Here? Yeah, right there. Oh, the bot mall is gonna be so good, but the problem is it's gonna take a long time. I mean, that's not really a problem. This is a Zen Garden experience, but it is going to take a long time because we're going to need a train request station. We're gonna request all of the bot mall ingredients by train. So we're gonna have some big station. I almost feel like we should have had it over here. Or maybe we'll have it right here. Maybe this is where we'll put the bot mall. And then someday we can expand metals up here and over here, because we'll replace this stuff. Because once we put rubber, we'll do tar processing somewhere else eventually with a better build, but for now this is fine. But yeah, the bot mall is going to be interesting because we're going to have about 1 billion requests. They're all going to go into these provider chests. And then we're going to design some circuit madness. And then we're going to have to like figure out how to request things and not double up on requests, and it's gonna be a whole mess. It's gonna be a whole thing, and it's gonna be great. Okay, anyway, we needed that CO2 tank and probably a methane tank as well, which this one's a 5x5. What is this one? I don't remember. That's 3x3. I missed my rebalance mod because it kind of, okay, these are the same size. What's the point of this one? It's visually bigger. I don't know about the pricing, but I feel like I would prefer if the visual, I mean, I guess it's skinnier visually, but as far as the overall feel of it, you know, it takes up way more real estate in a literal sense. Anyway, these guys are gonna be hooked in to the chest there. And then CO2 specifically, I mean, it's right here, so that's kind of perfect to align with this. And then CO2 will go down, and then we've got methane coming up to this guy. So that's methane. But then we, wait. This needs to actually keep going across and get pumped into this tank. Okay, perfect. All right, I gotta pause real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. We're so back. All right, anyway, so down here, we need a lot of things. We need to copy this. And it looks like this. Then I need a bunch more down here. Should I just build them on the side? Because then I prevent myself from being able to extend these stations infinitely, which for some reason I really enjoy. But I can also put more stations over here. Oh, I guess I can't actually. I guess I would use these ones to get more stuff into the middle, or a couple more here. So yeah, I think I'm okay to build starting here. Let's get rid of all this crap. Bots free! Free the bots! Let's see. So yeah, we'll probably do 4 wide. Can we do 4 wide very easily? No. I mean, we can, just not very easily. If I do 2 wide, we only have, how many do I have? 16? Let me get rid of this thing. You didn't see that. Nobody saw anything. Alright, anyway. So... those are gonna want to build all that. And I had 16 more. That's only 8 tall. That should be good enough. And we're gonna flip that horizontally. So then, the problem is we can't just hook it up. So let's have the CO2 connected as well, so it's like this. So then we can do boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Oh man. Alright. That should do it. And then now we can put these next to each other and save on some squares, as Krydax is wont to do. Okay, that doesn't leave very much room. Somehow I thought more would fit there. Because aren't there... Is this not... Oh, that's only 12 tall. I thought that was 16 tall. Sorry, I didn't do my math correctly. Okay, well, I guess we will go 2 wide then. And just for simplicity, I'm just gonna do it this way. Okay, so there's that, and then we need the seeds to come over. We definitely need to prioritize left. Because that's reproduction, and that could screw things up if that went south. And then these will go up. Okay, and then we only have the input, we have no output to worry about. So I can just do that, and then we can go in, power, and then copy that into here, and then copy that whole section here, here, and here, and then get the whole thing powered up like that. Then we can get a lamp and a lamp. Okay, so everything's hooked up except for the water. What's the water input of y'all? 6 a sec. Wait. Sorry. These have no modules in them. So the water input is 100 a sec. Okay, it's equivalent to the CO2. 2.5 water per methane. I guess I could have just looked at the recipe. So then the water... go across. Like this. And then CO2. Just realized we never hooked all that up. We need one there. There and there. And then we've got the CO2 coming back up. And that was the one that I think was next to the moondrops. Like that. And then the methane was the one that was here. Like that. Okay, and then finally, there is a connection. So there's a couple connections we want to break, which is this one. It needs to only go up. And is that it? I think the rest are connected. Yeah, the CO2 is only going one way. And that water's connected on the back end. Oh, I guess we need to break the connection on the front end then. Don't want rogue pipes mixing around your base. Okay, something like that. And then that should be it. And now we connect those up. Those are good to go. And then we say carbon dioxide. I don't know, how much do we want to request? If we're using 100 a second, that's a train every 4 minutes. That's significant. I mean, while it's running, at least. What's the tank? The tank for CO2. Already forgotten. This one's CO2. Can hold 75. I really wish they'd redo the graphics. It's been a long time now that they've had this, like, are the tanks reworked? Are they not? Like, these are the original values, but, like, I don't know. I think it'd be good to have one way to do it, and a way that would make sense where players feel like it's enough fluid space. I think most people play with the rebalance if they know it exists. In the settings, you can change these to be different or more or whatever. But I think they should just go to one setting and then make the graphics line up with it. Anyway, because that's 7,500, not 65,000. It's also 1,000, not 100. So I don't know where 6,500 comes from and where 5K comes from. Because I don't think that ever just held 5,000 fluid. I think that always held 50,000, right? Anyway, I don't know. The point is 75,000. We're going to go for 74,000. And then we have the request threshold. Wait, why is there no fluid request threshold? That's bad. We gotta fix that. What am I doing? This button. Fluid request threshold 24,800. Oh, shoot. Man, I even looked at this. Boo this, man. Boo this. Shoot. This isn't gonna work. No. Excuse me. It's not gonna work because we can't request on channel 3, which is the trash network. Because if we request on channel 3, then we're providing on channel 3, and that we do not want to do because that's the trash network. We only... Man. Oh, well. I'll leave this one the way it is, but this is now a lost cause. That's funny, kind of. It's also kind of sad. Yeah, see, this one is the requester, and it's set up on channel 3. Because that's the trash and the regular network. So when we have trash network things being provided at a higher priority... Wait. No, is that not how that works? Oh no, now I've forgotten how my trash network system works. Hold on. Brainulating. Right, it's the same as solids. If we have a byproduct, it either has to be in a single provider trash station, which I have not created yet, which will add to, we'll just have a condition that adds 2 to A whenever the amount in here exceeds a certain threshold. So that way we have enough to send to the regular network, and this will be a higher priority as well. The station priority will be like 10 or something when it's a single provider trasher station. So that way, if anything wants these byproduct moondrops, they'll come from here first. And then eventually, when we have, you know, maybe we get to 70 stacks of moondrops, then it adds 2 to A. Now it can be seen on the trash network. We've got some other trash requester, which look like these, which are on channel 2 only, and they're a low priority. And then as soon as the trash requesters see, ooh, there's some moondrops, because they added 2 to A, then they'll go grab a full train, and then it'll be off again. So that's how that will work. And it'll be the same for fluids, basically. We can either multi-provide fluids with a system like our super trasher, or we can single provide trash fluids, just 1 per station. Yeah, I don't see a way around that. And the super trasher, just because I haven't looked at it in a while, it is kind of chaotic. I think it would be less chaotic for fluids, actually. But we're subtracting, what am I doing again, math-wise? Wait, what? Oh, right. The red signal is just being sent, but then there's a subtraction signal that's also being sent. Right. And that subtraction signal is getting the stack sizes of the contents, which is the green one. Why? Hold on. Oh, it had to be red because otherwise these 2 signals would mix, I think. Like, why couldn't I just connect the green one to this? But then that would connect those. I think that's what was happening there. I'm also noticing there's going to be a 2-tick delay here when the contents change. But I don't think that would ever matter. The only time that would ever matter is if I manually put in like 2,000 something. And then it would think it had 2,000 here for a couple ticks before the subtraction comes in. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but it's just important to note that that is something that is happening. And the most elegant system would probably add... I don't know what it would do. It's fine. Anyway, I don't think I want a super trasher for fluids in most cases. I guess it would be a super fluid provider / trasher. We could fit 6 fluids though if we're inputting. Because the problem is you would need 6 different tanks to hold all of that. It still might be more efficient, though, than having 6 separate stations. Nah, I'll just do separate stations. Whatever. If we ever really want a fluid multi-provide situation, we can make that happen. Okay, anyway, the CO2 never got finished, did it? Wait, no, it did. Why is this not working then? This should actually be requesting CO2. Did I not turn it on? Did I not do the request right? Did I not do a negative? Didn't do a negative. Boom. Now we should see CO2 flowing in. Which, once we get moondrops, should get that running. Oh, that was cool to watch. The bots just stream out. I love that. This is much nicer than doing it manually. Oh, I never hooked these up to water. Don't worry, we can fix that. What? It always feels like they go for the furthest away destinations first. I don't understand that. Understand that. Nice. I do think we need more bots before that's faster to do it that way, because manually I could have just done this, and that I think is faster. Alright, we should see CO2 arriving any moment now, because that's the thing. I guess we should call it CO2 methane for moondrops, or from moondrops. Well, it's both. Alright, what's going on here? Oh, it's coming. Okay, there it is. Here it comes to save the day. I just realized the request threshold needs to be slightly larger than 25,000, not smaller. Because if it's smaller, because my loaders, it's not going to leave when it has exactly 24,800, is it? I mean, it's filling up 600 per tick, so no, it's just going to get all the way full. So that's going to be a problem, actually, if... oof. Yeah, I just realized that's going to be a problem. So we need to fix that. We need to fix that big time. So this needs to be exactly 25,000, maybe even 25,100 to make sure that there's room in the destination for what we're doing. And this one, sadly, did not work out. For reasons which we already kind of knew, but forgot about. Okay, and this is a provider, so that doesn't need a request threshold. Okay, but then we need to redo the... Oh, we can delete that, and F requester needs new contents. Okay. Hey, look, we got methane. It's real. Sweet. All right, now are all of these running? I'm seeing green lights everywhere. gonna steal a bunch of these for a while. Because we need a few more. How many more do we need? I don't know. Probably like 2 or 3 stacks. Oh, that's interesting. They can escape over here to the right once in a while if there's a moondrop on the same square on the left and the right side, then it has to send to both sides. That's kind of funny. Alright, I think that might be enough to get us nice and full on our methane production. Plant farts. No! Just a few more. Is not enough, I don't think. Maybe... was there 2 buildings left? 32 or something should be enough. Oh, come on. Now there's a big lull. Come on. Any minute now. Any minute now. Really nothing. They all just are chilling right now. Is 26 enough? Actually, it is, yeah. Just barely. Okay, well, this was a big project. I think I built this maybe bigger than I needed to, but it'll be nice to not have to touch it for a while. Because now it's just fire and forget, and we fired, and now I can forget. And that part's nice. That part is nice. I gotta say, I find it really satisfying when all the buildings are in sync with each other. It's really cool. Sometimes it's why I like to set things up before I plug in the power. And then you plug in the power and they all fire up at the same time, and it's really awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, this should back up on methane, which is what we want. That's being provided to the network. And then moondrops are good to go, yeah. Seed production is quite fast for what we need, because these all together only need 1.3, and those all together need 1. So seed production is more than enough, which means we should back up on seeds, even if everything's producing, which is what we want. And then this has enough of a buffer that I don't think we're ever going to run into problems. It is true that sometimes we're sending stray moondrops to the right when we shouldn't be, but the overall ratio is fine. I mean, we get over 2 seeds per moondrop, and so because of that, as long as we send at least half of our stuff to the left, we're fine. So, because the seeds are being prioritized for making more moondrops in the first place. Oh, I just realized this is a problem. I forgot there are going to be moondrops on that belt. So now there's going to be moondrops on these belts once moondrops back up. So we need to do something like this. There we go. Okay. Sweet. Well, that seems like a good place to call it an episode. The moondrop facility is up and going. And in the next episode, we'll start working on a large cotton gut prandium plantation lab situation area, which will be nice. And then we'll have a lot of cotton guts, rip-roaring ready to go. And then at that point, we'll still need fish. We'll still need vraux. There's so many things. We still need sap. But as I look at all the things that we've got, a lot of them are on trains already, like moss and fiber and wood and seaweed and CO2 and just like regular wood as well as logs and Ralasia and I guess not any of this little stuff, but I wonder if I should put limestone. Limestone and soil are interesting. They're so easy to make on site, but they would also be a lot nicer to just be able to request a bunch. I don't know. I'll have to think more about that one. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Saline water, chlorine. Well, chlorine itself is not on trains, but the or is it? Wait, I've forgotten. No, HCl. Yeah, HCl is on trains. That's not powered up. Could be a problem. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's just take a quick glance at what cotton guts need, and we'll be doing that in the next episode. So we were looking at 10 prandium labs, and the reason, why was I limited at 10? Is it because of the moondrop cost? Probably. I mean, we're only making 0.8 moondrops with all of that. So 10 prandium labs is using half. Close to half. Cool. I'm glad this is working. So yeah, I guess that's probably why. I mean, this is kind of like the Ulrich situation, at least for now, where the cost... I wonder what this needs to be. 150? That was pretty close. 160? That's actually almost exactly on it. Wow. 159.9. Even closer. 89. 59.8. 159.5. Ooh, now we're under. I don't know why I enjoy this so much. 5.5. 5.6. 5.8. Oh, now we're on the high end. 5.7. 5.75. 5.74. There it is. Anyway, that is... I don't know why I do that sometimes, but yeah, we're using 20 greenhouses, 14 Ralasia plantations, all just for 10 prandium labs. So these little buggers are way more expensive than they look. Now, obviously, once you get better ways to make Ralasia and Moondrop, then it's not as big of a deal. But at this stage in the game, these little mice are hungry. Hungry little dudes. So we'll get them going in the next episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.